One.
Hi everyone, this is Mr. Rocco. Welcome to just another quick tutorial on how to navigate our course. I've received quite a few questions now that we are in our first unit, our podcast unit, just how to work through some of the course content and how everything's connected. So here we are again on our front page. Just a reminder that the most important items here that you want to check out are, of course, our course content, where your lessons and everything that's connected to everything else in this course you will find. Our discussions, which you're going to be posting based on the activities you find in the content. Then we have our Dropbox, which is where you're going to be dropping off activities that you will also find on our content page. If you're ever confused as to what are the big items you can find for each unit, if you click on our checklist here, it's going to take you right to a page that allows you to see everything that should be turned into our Dropbox or what discussions you should participate on. So for example, if we click on our Unit 1 podcasts, it's going to give you a checklist of things that you should be completing and when they're due. Okay, so if we scroll down, you'll probably see something slightly different than myself, but once you get to the bottom here, sorry, you're going to see this checklist. And so these are all the things that we're doing in our podcast unit, not just week one, but for the succeeding weeks. And it shows you that these are the big items that you have to complete. So I hope that gives you a better idea of what you're supposed to be completing in the course. I know in the content that there is a lot of stuff that you should be doing for practice, just like in any course. In a classroom, you're also practicing, so this is no different online. So if we click on the content page, we're going to get a bunch of tabs on the left side here, and this is going to bring us to our different units, and they are broken up by the week. So as you can see, my computer takes a bit longer to load than maybe some of yours, but we're just going to be a bit patient here. And there it is. We scroll down, find Unit 1. It's our first week, and we can see that these are the dates for week 1. If I click on this tab, it's going to create a couple things. Thing number 1 is going to show you an overview of what this week looks like right here. And then if we scroll down using this mouse or this bar here, we have all our different activities, which are also posted to the news page on our front page on the news feed. Okay, so if we click on, for example, Unit 1 Activity 2, we're going to get a window over here that I can't click on right now. There we go. And if I click open link, it's going to send me to a Google document that has all of the lesson that you're going to be learning through this activity, as well as possibly a discussion or a Dropbox activity. Sometimes an activity will just lead you to a practice item, just like you would in a normal classroom. And so in this activity, for example, we have our podcast Serial. This is one of the 2 podcasts that you're listening this week for our podcast unit. Be aware that there are hyperlinks that can take you to different kinds of media that you'll be interacting with. So for example, over here we have Listen to Serial. And if I click on this blue link, it's going to take me to the YouTube version of Serial. Now, if you want to listen to it on your phone or wherever you listen to podcasts, that's absolutely fine. But this is where it will take you to find the specific episode of serial that you're going to listen to. Okay. And below, we have a bunch of information about podcasts that you can explore. Okay, so that is kind of how to navigate through these activities. If we click on activity 4, for example, we're going to get a different activity that most likely is connected to the previous couple activities. Just like in a classroom, all these activities are connected in some way. Usually they are all tied within the week. And here we're comparing the serial podcast to Someone Knows Something, which you can pick between one or two podcasts for that one. And if we scroll down and follow our bouncing arrow, it's going to lead us to the discussion assignment for the first week of our podcast unit. And so you'll see our Getting Hooked discussion assignment. Usually, if you're browsing through the activity feed, any kind of assignment that is for discussions or Dropbox will be notified with the indicating icon. So here we have our discussion icon that you see on our homepage. This is because it is for a discussion post. Okay, so don't get caught up just clicking on discussions on our homepage and just reading the instructions within each thread. There are more specific things that you need to explore in our activities in order to fully understand what to do for those discussions. Okay, so keep in mind always that the activity and the assignments are always built into the content page. And once you have an understanding of what to do, then you can move on to using the discussions page as a reminder of what to do for an activity. Okay, so I hope that makes a bit more sense. If you have any questions, you can always reach me through Google Hangouts or through Gmail. Once again, most important features are our content page, discussions, Dropbox, checklists, and as always, our calendar feature, which you can see on our main page, is connected to our checklist. So you can always see what things are coming up to be due and try to plan around that. Okay. So once again, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. Looking forward to posting more stuff in the future. Take care, everybody.